I'm Julia. This is Julia Lemons Fitness, and we're going to talk about supplements today. We're going through the supplement cheat sheet. This will help you to find which supplements are right for you and get to know what kind of supplements you maybe need or could look for and what the best options are out there for you. So just FYI, this is not medical advice. I am not making any recommendations. Consult with your doctor before you're making any supplement changes to your diet or regimen. All right, so let's talk about minerals. What you should know about minerals. I'm sure that you've heard a lot about magnesium. Magnesium is good for so many things, and the majority of people are low in magnesium because the way our fruits and vegetables are harvested are void of this crucial mineral. So because of farming practices over time, it will deplete the soil, and as the soil gets depleted, there's less and less magnesium in the soil, therefore less and less magnesium actually in the food. So magnesium is necessary for energy production, mood stabilization, adequate bone growth and muscle contraction, and effective metabolism. So when magnesium is low, you could be experiencing symptoms like anxiety, muscle cramps, headaches, fatigue, brain fog, and depression. So what to look for in a magnesium supplement is magnesium comes in different forms, and some can cause diarrhea, but generally magnesium glycinate and citrate and threonate are tolerated very well. So my favorite brands are Seeking Health, Pure Encapsulations, Bio-Optimizers, and Thorne. So any of those would be a great option. You can find a lot of these on Amazon or see the links here in this sheet. You can also find magnesium in a lot of foods, and we'll talk about that in another section. Now, zinc is our second mineral. What it is good for is to create proteins and DNA. So you can imagine this is a very important mineral. It's crucial for wound healing and optimal immune function. It assists in many of the body's enzymatic reactions. So enzymes are those little things in the cells that help to speed up reactions and make reactions happen well. So if you don't have enough of it, a lot of different reactions in your body that are crucial are going to be slower. Zinc can also help reduce inflammation, and it affects aging. So if you have low zinc, you could experience dry skin, bumps on your skin, poor wound healing, diarrhea for no other reason, and skin rashes. So if you want to look for a zinc supplement, you want to make sure you're looking for an NSF certified zinc supplement to show that the brand follows strict manufacturing protocols. Seeking Health is a great option. Pure Encapsulations and Nutrigold are also good options, as well as Thorne. Now, iron is an interesting one because it gets supplemented a lot, because if you're anemic, you're feeling tired for no reason, a lot of times people will jump to the assumption that they need more iron in their diet, and then they'll take iron. Unfortunately, it's really hard to get excess iron out of your diet, so if you're supplementing with iron, you might be presenting with a bunch of symptoms and not know what's going on. You just have too much iron in your diet. So it's really important that, first of all, it's food-based. Second of all, it has cofactors. So before we go into that, iron carries oxygen throughout the whole body and helps produce energy. So that's why when you are feeling really depleted, people often assume that you're maybe anemic. So it's best taken in combination with vitamin C. So when iron is low, you might be feeling tired, your heart may be beating rapidly, you might feel dizzy, you might have headaches or feel cold and pale. So if you're looking for an iron supplement, you want to look for how much elemental iron is in the supplement, which is the iron that can be utilized by the body. So a couple brands that are clean and good options to consider would be Designs for Health, Pure Encapsulations with vitamin C, and Seeking Health also has a great brand that or a great option for iron. Now, when you're thinking about taking an iron supplement, like if you have these symptoms and you know that you haven't had any excess bleeding or something, you might want to consider also making sure you have enough B complex, because a lot of times you might be actually feeling anemic because your B complex is low. It's a lot easier on your body to supplement with B complex because you can detox from B complex by simply peeing, because B's are water soluble, iron is not. So I would always suggest that you consider doing that first before you go all the way in to trying the iron supplement, unless you've had like chronic bleeding or something like that going on, in which case, by all means, please supplement with iron if you are sure that that's the problem. Now, next, we're going to talk about B vitamins. So B12 is good for the formation of red blood cells, like I mentioned before, nerves and DNA. It's found in animal products, and therefore, if you're vegan or even if you're vegetarian, you should definitely be considering supplementing with B12. So when vitamin B12 is low, you might experience fatigue, weakness, poor memory, brain fog, numbness or tingling, depression, anemia, and weakness. So if you're looking for a supplement, you're going to want to look for methylcobalamin, form of vitamin B12, as the best utilized by the body and does not need to go through a conversion process in the body. So there's a lot of vitamins that are in supplements that your body still needs to convert, and methylcobalamin does not need to be converted, so your body can take it in and use it right away. So all of my favorite supplements have methylcobalamin in them. So the clean brands that I would suggest looking into would be Thorne, Pure Encapsulations, and Seeking Health. Folate. What is it good for? So folate, or B9, assists with protein synthesis, cellular division, cellular repair, and maturation of red blood cells. It is important for pregnant women to reduce the risk of neural tube defects. That's one of the most known effects of having not enough folate in your diet. And when folate is low, you might experience weakness, swollen tongue, low appetite, nausea, diarrhea, fast heart rate, numbness or tingling, pale skin, or shortness of breath. There's a lot of people who I've met who have low folate. Now, if you are looking for a folate supplement, you do not want to look for a folic acid supplement, because folic acid is very difficult for 60% of the population to actually process and utilize in their body. So if you're looking for a folate supplement, you want to look for one of two options. One is folate listed as methylfolate, not as folic acid, because folic acid not only needs to go through a conversion process that most people cannot do, because 60% of the population has MTHFR, or the inability to process folic acid at all. But if you buy a methylfolate, it's much easier for your body to utilize it. In fact, when you eat methylfolate from a supplement form, it goes straight into your bloodstream and straight into your cells, and you can utilize it right away. So you're going to, if you're low in folate, you are going to find a lot easier time right away with all these different issues if you supplement with this right away, because your body can immediately utilize methylfolate if you use that form. Now, the second best option would be unmethylated folate, so just folate. So that is another option. Another option would be folinic acid, but methylfolate is definitely the best and the fastest result from taking a folate supplement for sure. And then, as well as folic acid being difficult for the body to actually process, it can potentially increase cancer and many other disease risks. So stay away from it. It's also supplemented in a lot of foods. So you want to make sure that you're reading labels and staying away from folic acid, because it really is toxic to most of us. So please stay clear of folic acid. You're going to find it mostly in breads and some grain products, because it was mandated that the government mandated that it be supplemented into our diets through grains that we're supposed to be eating. So you don't want to be eating that, though, because folic acid is toxic to most of us, especially if you know that you have MTHFR. So definitely something to look out for. Some great brands. My favorite is Seeking Health. I usually suggest that my clients take Seeking Health, either Optimal Man, Optimal Prenatal, or Optimal Multivitamin, depending on which demographic you fall in. If you are a woman under 40, for sure, I would say you should be taking the Optimal Prenatal. If you are a man, I would suggest that you take Optimal Man, and then if you do not fall in any of those categories, consider the Optimal Multivitamin. You can also look at Nutrigold and Pure Encapsulations for great folate supplements. Also, Seeking Health has great methylfolate supplements, and if you have any issues with those, please contact me. We can talk through what to do next. All right, vitamin D. What vitamin D is good for? Vitamin D is involved in over 200 processes in the body. It boosts immunity, it strengthens muscles and bones, it improves metabolism, and regulates insulin levels. So when vitamin D is really low, you might experience depression, weight gain, fatigue. You might get sick frequently, get muscle pain, hair loss that's unexplained, and poor healing. So you want to look for vitamin D3. Vitamin D is you don't want vitamin D2. You want vitamin D3. Vitamin D is fat soluble, so you can get too much of it. So you have to be careful that you're reading your labels properly. And you want to consider having your blood work checked, because you want to make sure that you're not getting too much of it, because it can cause other problems if you have too much vitamin D. So it's best absorbed when taken with vitamin K. Our bodies synthesize vitamin D better than we can absorb it. So the best way to get vitamin D is natural sunlight, directly under our skin. So during the summer, and especially for those of us who live in the northern climates, it's a lot easier to get vitamin D through your skin in the summertime, but in the winter it's a lot harder. So definitely consider supplementing with vitamin D during the winter and fall months. Some great options for clean brands are Seeking Health and Designs for Health, which has vitamin K1 and K2 in it as well. Next, we're going to talk about vitamin A. Vitamin A is especially important for eye health, which most people know, and immune health and maintenance of skin, mucous membranes. And signs of low vitamin A are dry skin, dry eyes, visual deficits, respiratory infections, poor wound healing, acne, and growth delays. So when you're looking for a vitamin A supplement, you want to consider cod liver oil, because it's a clean vitamin A product that's not synthesized. It's just from a natural source. So great brands would be Pure Encapsulations and Seeking Health. Finally, we're going to talk about vitamin C. Vitamin C is a strong antioxidant, and it helps to heal the body from oxidative stress. It prevents cancer, aging, and reduces inflammation in the body. It also produces collagen, which we all have heard a lot about, I'm sure, and neurotransmitters. So it can boost our immune system and help us absorb iron as well. So if you're looking to buy a vitamin C supplement, you want to try to find it as its organic form in most cases, or a liposomal form. That makes it very much easier to digest, but you do not want ascorbic acid. This improves our body's ability to absorb and utilize the vitamin C. Some great brands are Seeking Health, Designs for Health, and Paleo Valley. Now, there are some exceptions to this. If I do suggest that anybody uses a vitamin C protocol where you're having very large doses of vitamin C to maybe combat whooping cough or something else like that, I would suggest considering a sodium ascorbate instead, because your body can handle a lot more sodium ascorbate, but you can also do the same thing with a liposomal vitamin C. So there's no reason not to do that as well for that situation, but the dosages are different. That's the only consideration. Now, in our next video, we're going to talk about omega-3s, organ complex, digestive enzymes, and more. So stay tuned for that. If this video was helpful, please like it and follow along for more, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.